Hi you guys, and welcome back. You're watching Crafty D Sculpting and I'm Danny, and today we're making a clicker. Now I'm not 100% pleased with the way this one come out today, but we're still going to show the progress. As I say, it's no point actually making stuff and not showing you, even if it is the horrible stuff. We can't just show you the good stuff, we've got to show you the bad stuff as well. But as I say, it's my own opinion. So without further ado, let's get into the video. But before we do, if you haven't already, please hit that subscribe button and the like button if this video helps you in any way. But anyway, let's get into it. So today we are starting with a drawing. I haven't used one before, but we're going to get it going and use that as a template. Cut all our wire to size, shaped it up, and now we're going to attach it all together. We're using a thin floral wire. We're going to put this piece in here as the main body and the head, and we're going to just attach it all together with the floral wire. Once we've got the body done, we can get the shoulders in place. Here we go, just twizzling it around both ways, locking it into place until we're happy. Then we can get our bit of wood, drill out where he's going to be positioned, which I do alter later on, by the way. You might notice that I've actually drilled a third hole. Wasn't quite happy with the way he wanted to sit, but as you can see, we can now get him in there and get him into position. There we go. After we've done that, I'm going to get some Super Sculpey and we're just going to get that in place, make up the general size of his body, the shape and size of his body that we want before he's going to go into the oven. But before we do that, we're going to build up his total body apart from his arms. So we're just adding bits and pieces in. We haven't got to be too immaculate here. Now getting his legs in place. And the coffee's to the ready to the side of me, as you can see there. Definitely needed. Right, that's looking better. He can go in the oven now. Now he's been baked. We're gonna get some liquid Sculpey and put it all over him. Get it all brushed in. And now we're going to use some Cosclay Soft. So I've just rolled out a layer in the pasta maker, and we're going to put that over, cut it and mould it how we need. Don't need too thick a layer on here. We are going to add bits in for his trousers and some sort of clothing later on. If any of us have seen The Last of Us, they don't have much. It's all a bit ripped and looking a bit rotten, so we don't have to be too neat. Now we're just going to find the general shape of his arms. Using various tools just to squish everything into place and get it how we like it. Silicone moulder didn't really work too well there, so we moved over to one of the other tools. Get his forearms in place before getting his feet done. We're just going to start off with these weird moulds that we've just made. Cut the ends. Now we're just going to mould it all together. Add in bits where we need them. And then again, just squishing it all in just to get the general shape. Anyone will think I was putting normal shoes there, but nope, we're going to cut some toes in. Now we can just refine it with this little tool. And again, I haven't got a clue what the tools are called. Right, so instead of putting a full set of jeans on him, we're just going to put a waistband on him and then smish all the bottom part of it in. There he goes, bottom part of the top part of his jeans done, shall I say. Now we're going to get where the zip would be and get some pockets in. Now the bottom of his jeans have all got ripped up over the year or so that he's become the clicker. So we're going to follow the same process, just get one edge and smush it all in. Now for the other leg. Now we're just going to rip some holes, just all where we like really. You don't have to be too picky with this. As I say, he's been dead for over a year, he's been infected, and you can imagine that his clothes are going to be all ripped. I'm going to add some back pockets on as well. So we get the first pocket on, and then the second one I decided I wanted to look like it was being ripped. Decided to try it on the left like that first of all and wasn't too happy. As you can see, we've decided to change it for the other side. Now we've got to get all the mushrooms and fungi and growth and whatever else is coming out of him. So we're going to start off with these little slivers of clay and then just work them in like that. Again, you haven't got to be too particular because he's dead and he's a mess. Now I've made these little mushrooms just to come out various different places. I'm just going to add them in the same way. Now that little tool that I was using earlier, we are just going to dimple all the way around, scratch up and make the flesh look really worn and old and decaying. Now what I've done here is got a bit of old wrinkled up masking tape and I've wrapped it around this wooden tool, and we're just going to use it to get a bit of texture into the jeans. Onto the hands. Now this time I've just getting small slivers of clay and putting his fingers on and then squishing it all in before refining it all. Right, for his top, I tried 2 or 3 different methods to do this and I wasn't quite happy, and I ended up settling for this method of just getting an old ripped up piece of clay and yeah, just generally putting it in as though it was an old ripped up t-shirt or shirt. I think it worked pretty well in the end. Again, we haven't got to be too clean and clever with it. He's dead and he's been living his life as a fungi for the last year or so, according to the program. Let us know below if you've seen the actual program yet, guys. I'm watching it at the moment and currently enjoying it. I've played both the games. And again, just adding all the detail in as much as we can into the arms and just roughing it up and dimpling it all and scratching it and making all different indentations just to try and get that general effect. And we're just going to carry on doing that all around the rest of the body. Adding in some more mushrooms. Go, growing out the holes in his shirt, and then we're just going to add these little balls of clay just all over the place as if they were the start of the mushrooms growing out of the skin. There we go, he's looking ugly. And again, as I say, just do it all haphazard. You haven't got to be spot on with this, and then I'm just adding on some extra bits and pieces here just so it all looks like bits are coming out of him and whatever else. He's disgusting, isn't he? Don't forget, guys, let us know in the comments below what you'd like to see me try next. I've got a couple of ideas that I want to try. Now, I did put a bit of a poll up when I done this one of what people would like to see me do. And it started off with the clicker, and then the larger amount wanted a Rick and Morty done. So I might have to go and do a Rick and Morty next and I've already done one before, but you guys haven't got to see that, so it'll give me a good chance to improve on my first one that I've done. As you can see, we're getting the head in place, and I'm just squishing in all around the neck, getting it all into place before we cut the top of his head off and add a mouth. Now, if you've played the games or you've watched the TV series, you'll notice that when they become the clicker, their face splits around the top of the lip area. So that's what I'm trying to add in here. Now we've got that done, we can add some teeth. Just using this silicone tool just to push down where the teeth are going to be before moving on to the actual fungi coming out the top of the head. Now all I've done here is just got a ribbon and I'm squishing it together in this little pattern before putting it into place. It took me a couple of attempts to do this before I was happy. Really didn't know how I was going to do his head, but I must admit I got this idea from watching one of the other YouTubers north of the border. Got to nick our ideas from somewhere every now and again. But now we've done that, we can get onto the base. And all I've done here is just got a piece of wood and I've routed off around the edges, and we're just haphazardly adding bits of clay all the way around before cutting off any excess. As you can see, I've used a couple of cocktail sticks there just to mark out where the holes are going to be to make my life easier later. And now we're going to add some bits in to where fungi is going to be growing out of the ground. After that, we've got a bit of tin foil. We're going to roll it up in a ball and just do this process all over. Gives it a bit of a concretey sort of look. Now we can get him into place and put him in for his final bake. Right, now it's done, we've given it a whitewash and the base a black wash before moving on to some colour. Get the jeans done in a blue, do a grey for the concrete, and then I've just mixed a load of colours together to try and get the flesh tone. I'm colourblind, by the way, so if I'm a little bit off with the colours, please forgive me on that one. After that, we've gone over with different washes. I started off with a brown wash, and as you can see, I'm going over with a black wash now. So we're going to go all over the whole thing with that before wiping it off with some tissue. As you can see, it gives that lovely washed out, dirty look. I'm just going to continue that all over his body before adding a bit of red onto his chest. And the last bit is we're going to add some glue all into them grooves that I made earlier. And I've got some stuff from the Army Painter to get the ground effect. As you can see, there it is. Just going to rip some of that up, put it all into place, a couple of different colours there. Now I'm also going to get a little bit more glue. We're finished with this one, guys. Like that. Brush it all in. Here we go. Here he is in all his glory. Some very small stones. As you can see, we've added plenty of detail in on the ground there. We tried to get as much detail in as we could with the fungus. So we're finished with this one. Now with the colouring itself, we just used multiple washes of browns, blacks, and a bit of red down his front there. But yeah, this one's completed, and now we're going to get on to the next one. So again, guys, if you haven't already, it'll be great if you can hit that subscribe button, hit the like button. This has helped you in any which way. And yeah, I look forward to seeing you in the future. Take care for now, guys.